I'm serious about this message because when I look out at the people of God, the whole universe of God, and I can't see like God see, but I can see in the realm of where I'm looking that the called out ones are not going to be like the world. Jesus even made an example of what the church is supposed to look like in Matthew 6 and 18. He said, he said, and I say unto thee, that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. These are the called out ones, the chosen ones, the chosen ones. Our Sunday school lesson directed us a little bit this morning when they talked about how many was called, but they had all other kind of excuses. Now, he called on them, but they weren't chosen. He called you. It's left up to you to make that identity, to see if you are chosen. If you're chosen by God, you will not hear the things that the world is giving you. Because they calling you too. The world is calling y'all. Facebook is calling y'all. The schools is calling y'all. The games are calling you. The charades are calling you. The fraternities are calling you. But is it God calling you? Is it God? When your parents call you, they want you to do the things that they have put in order for you to do.
Yes, sir.
God gave the parents the rules as well. Provoke your children not to do that. He said, don't provoke your children to anger. Come on now. Parents don't bully your children. Okay? Parents don't nail them up against the wall because they're not quite like you think that they ought to be. The call that Jesus has given us to raise our children in the way that they need to go. Did he not? The call. The church is not supposed to look like the world, but the world ought to look like the church. Is that not right? But something is wrong with that picture. We got a lot of problems that we need to fix up. Because look like to me, our children are not getting it. We began to look like the world. We dress like the world. We don't care about our personal appearance like the Lord said we ought to. Because we want to look like the world. The world is calling us, y'all. I want y'all to hear this story. The reason I'm trying to make the example for you so you can understand what happened to people when they are told to do the things that God said do. And I'll map this out, y'all. Let's go to 1 Samuel 3. Let's look at what Eli talked about. He was one of the greatest priests, right? He was a man that God thought he had him in order that to do the things that he wanted to do. He trained up Samuel. Didn't he do it? He trained him to take the position that he knew God was going to call him to do. That's the call right there. He called Samuel out. Elijah had some sons, though. Let me say this about his sons, and let me tell y'all something when God is not playing. Jesus gave his life for us without a cost. He freely gave. But he told his disciples it's a cost to be a disciple of Jesus Christ, is it not? That's how you're going to determine whether or not you are chosen by God. When you're called and chosen by him, you're going to do the work that God has put here for you to do. You're going to obey the rules. There's a cost to be a disciple of Jesus Christ. You got to let yourself die. You're old enough to know that. Eli good priest, good attitude, two sons. They was even doing the church stuff like we doing. What did those sons get caught up in? They was awful nasty, y'all. They took women that was married in the church. They took them women and molested them and had sex with them every which way they wanted. Y'all ain't too young to hear this, because I'm telling you, you're going to meet this stuff when you get out there in the streets. You already meet it. You meet it in your hallways at school. But let me tell you about that. When you got a tag on you saying that you are God's children, you don't have any business doing stuff like Eli's son did. They was taught better. His dad was ashamed of him. He said, this stuff y'all ought not to be doing. And let me tell you what else he told him. Eli told his son, he said, if anyone sin against the Lord, you better understand me. No one will intercede for them. That's what Eli told him. And let me tell you how bad that thing got. They sinned so bad until when God called Samuel. Oh my God. I would hate to come knocking on your door telling you what Samuel had to tell Eli about his children and his whole family. It wasn't nice. But here's the thing. Samuel didn't probably think that he was going to have to tell Eli these things. You know why? Because when he kept hearing the voice of the Lord call him, God called Samuel. The first time, Samuel was such a humble lamb. He was a humble child. He was thanking God for Eli training him like he was training. And when God called Samuel got up out of his bed. He didn't care. He didn't ask no questions. He just got up. But when your folks called you, what did you do? But let's go on a little bit further. When he called him, it was God's voice that called Samuel. Number one. But he thought it was Eli. So this is one thing I got to get y'all to understand. You better make sure you know who calling you. Satan can call you, having you doing stuff that you know you ain't got no business doing. Samuel got up and he ran. Yes, sir. What do you want? Come. Eli said, I didn't call you. Go on back to bed. He called him again. Number two. That young man was on top of his game. He didn't want to miss nothing.
No.
Not a thing. He was obedient. He ran on up to Eli. Sir, what is it? Eli then said, it ain't me. Eli started thinking, what is this going on with this young man? Eli knew then. Oh my God, this is the man, this is God here. God is calling this man. This young man calling him out. This is how God chooses us. To see how obedient we are. If you're willing to go there, you know what I mean? So he called him again. When he called him then, Eli told Samuel that this is not me calling you, Samuel. He said, this is God that's calling you. This is what y'all's parents tell y'all when y'all getting ready to make your decision that you want to walk with God. He said, don't do it for me. Mom and Dad said, don't do this for me. If you believe in Jesus Christ and him crucified and died for your sin, you better own that. Because I can't go for you. The third time the Lord called Samuel. And Samuel got up, went to Eli. Here I am. You called. Then Eli realized that the Lord was calling the boy, and Eli told Samuel, go and lie down. And if he calls you, say, speak, Lord, for your servant is want this to digest in you so hard that when you leave out of this door today, you can't think of nothing but Jesus. You better understand that your life is at stake. And the reason I'm telling you this hard, because there are some stuff that's about to happen in America that y'all are not going to be able to handle. The last time I got up here in the full of the Spirit, the Lord said that the final destination is on the way. And I'm telling you right now that He said He is that He chosen. You better get your house in order. Because He ain't sending nobody else. Jesus is already the finishing piece.
Come on now.
He done finished it.
Come on now.
It's nothing else. Mama can't say this. Daddy can't either. Boyfriend can't either. Girlfriend can't either. Nothing will. Facebook ain't gonna help you. All of that little nasty stuff you put out on Facebook, God sees every word, bad word, and not bad word that you put out there. Does that represent Christ? No, it doesn't. Let me tell you what He did to His sons. When God raised up Samuel, young people, old people, He told Samuel, He said, you go back and you tell Eli's family what I'm about to do to them. Because of the sin that those boys did, God went in there and He took care of that. Y'all hear me? He destroyed them. You don't want that. You do not want that. When you think about conditions that you see your parents and stuff going through now, honey, if the Lord let you live, you will be dealing with the same thing, and mom and daddy may not be here no more. Who you gonna call? That's all I'm saying. I need y'all to get a serious thought about where you're going and whose voice are you listening to. We cannot keep running in and out of these doors playing the fiddle and thinking that everything is all right. The world put more in our children than we are planted in them. Because we are not committed, parents. We're not committed. We're not doing the things that God gave us to do. If you are chosen by God, you will be doing the work that God has called you to do. You've gotten lazy and you don't want to do nothing. You're going to all of the other stuff that everybody else put out there for you, but you will not come in here and do the things that you say. You say God have called you to do. Everything is more important. But if you ain't careful, you're going to end up like Eli's folks. I'm telling you that right now. Jesus told them how the church is supposed to look. If the church that He told Peter about is the rock, can't nothing stand against the rock of God. Can't nothing stand against it. No, nothing. Nothing. He is not going to come down. The devil cannot interrupt your home when it's built on the rock. I don't care what you say. The Spirit of God, God knows His. The mystery things that God is talking about in the Word of God, it is because the Holy Spirit was dispatched down here for us by Jesus Christ for the things that He has gone through, so we can recognize how to preach and teach our children in this day and time.
Come on now.
It ain't gonna get no different.
No.
We can play with it if we want to, but I'm gonna tell you right now, anything that doesn't look like God, it ain't God. Adhering to the call. Many are called, but few are chosen. Everybody can't do what God has told them to do. Jesus has told us that. Samuel did what God told him to do. He didn't renege. He didn't care how bad it was. He went and told him, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm telling you what God's word said. He said He's going to reckon with us.
Yeah.
And in the day of judgment, some going to come and think that they're going in. But He's not going to know them. So don't get it twisted. Just because you've been doing this cute stuff, old folks, singing and shouting and all that kind of stuff, and your heart is not set like God wanted to be, you add the rest. the way, but you sure enough can't get back. We got to go through Christ. Jesus said, I have left my comforter for everybody to know who I am. He said that comforter will teach you all the things that I have already taught you. So when you get in that Bible and you're reading that word of God, everything that you're reading, the Holy Spirit is right there by your side, and he will not have you ignorant for nothing. And you certainly won't go to sleep on it. You will be listening, trusting God for guidance, believing it, not leaning to your own understanding. How many Samuels do we have in the house? I'm not talking about the lineage, but all of us are part of the lineage. Yeah. But how many of us going to do the things that Samuel was capable of doing? God knows what you can do. He knows what you can do. You can use excuses if you want, but whatever you have, God will dispatch everybody with measures of gifts. You need to find out what your gift is, and you said, Lord, you chose me to do this work. You got to help me execute it, and execute it right. I hold God accountable for the things that he has given me. And it's not because I'm old. It's because I wanted to. I had a desire for God at y'all's age. I needed somebody to teach me instead of me running and doing the other stuff that I was doing. Instead of me being homonging and all that kind of stuff. Yes, ma'am. But I know that was not God. I still studied it, tried to study it, and tried to understand all of the things that the people was teaching. But what I saw was a lot of preachers teaching stuff that they weren't living. That's what's happening in here. That's what happened to the sons. They was teaching stuff they weren't living. They couldn't even support the laws that God had given them. God had told them not to go out and commit fornication and all that stuff with other folks, but they did it anyway. But you're thinking you're getting away with God, but no, you ain't, ladies. No, you ain't, gentlemen. God is taking names. Will you make it? Will you be there? Will you be there? All Jesus wants is a vessel. That's all he wants. He said, if you will, brother, if you will, do you want to do the work? I have chosen you. When he went around and he pulled the 4 disciples, y'all know what, Peter, Andrew, John, and James, he pulled those 4, right? They was all fishermen, right? He called them out. He chose them. You know why? Because he knew that their hearts was in a condition when he got through teaching them that they was going to want what he had. He calling us out. He chose us to be his voices. He chose us so this generation can see his spirit working, the Holy Spirit working in us, so they can be equipped to do the things that he has left for us to do. Ain't nobody else coming. If we don't do the work and we don't display it, then they will be lost because we sending them the wrong messages. You cannot be this side of the fence and this side of the fence all at the same time. We can't do it. That's what we're doing. We got more bickering going on in the church than the lawlessness. We don't know who's right and who's wrong. When our children see this, they wondering, who called you? Who called y'all? Is this what the call is all about? Are we doing the things that God wants us to do? You to come curse me out. Is this what God told you to do? Huh? You to nail me up against the wall. Put your hand on my throat. Is this what God called you to do? You better ask yourself. I'm just throwing stuff out there. But if you give, then that's okay. You won't do it no more. I love our positions. I love them. Because I have learned that whatever state that I find myself in, I am being content. If I'm suffering like this for Christ's sake, I'm going to do it. If some of y'all know my story, how I live. I live the life that I preach about. How many can we say? How many of us can say that? I'm not false. Every time you see me, I'm the same. I would not be a phony. That is not representing God. God has a timeline, and we own it. It's going to run out, but are you ready for the judgment? Because that's next. Come on now. The judgment is next. All I want you to do is lean and depend on God. And in my closing, I told y'all I ain't going to be here for a minute. If God chooses us, did he choose you? God's spirit, he is a spirit. And he is seeking those that's worshiping him in spirit and in truth. How is that even possible? If the Holy Spirit is here, that's how it's possible. That's my closing piece. The Holy Spirit is here. That's when he said he is seeking those that worship him in spirit and in truth. The Spirit of God reign in us if we let it. It's going to show up God in us. It's going to ignite. You're going to die like Paul said, David. And you're going to look more like the Word of God than anything. But can you do it? But that's who you're looking for. So when we come together in worship not only just in praising, but that's in living your life, y'all. Giving and doing the work that God has called for us to do. That's what he wants. Are you willing to do it? Do you want to be chosen by God? Can you hear his voice? Be careful, young people, old women. Be careful, please, of the voice that you are adhering to. Because it might end up that you are not listening to the voice of the Lord. But if there is anyone at the sound of my voice, if God is calling you out of your sins, he's talking to you right now. If there is anyone that don't know him, he's calling on you right now. Do you truly, truly know the Lord for the pardon of your sins? Do you know him? I will not be satisfied if those of you that have accepted Jesus Christ, he is just not there just in word. He is there in spirit and in truth. This is what God wants you to know today. Hear his voice. If you hear his voice, a stranger, they will not follow. He said, my people hears me. Then that means, young people, older ladies and men, that you're not going to be looking any kind of way before the world. His people are peculiar people. They are set aside for the work and the good that God has left us here to do. And let the church of God say, amen. Praise God. It's time for